Okay, Dan Fitzpatrick here, stockmarketmentor.com. Let's take this off of the lighthouse and go into the darkness here with Super Micro. So turns out that the like one of the execs and a lot of the people in there were kind of well, let's just say they were naughty. They were getting stuff, getting NVIDIA chips over to China, which they weren't supposed to do. And I read a little bit about it, not a lot, but I've read enough about it to know that it's kind of serious crap here, at least for those people involved. But to take this stock down almost 32%, that's kind of a big deal. And if you look at the way this stock had been trading pretty much all day today, it fell to begin with. It opened 26 down, and then just never really corrected. But now we're looking at this after hours, and we've got a little bit of a rally higher. Not a lot. I mean, you could look and say, oh my gosh, almost 3%. Yeah, but when the damn thing falls 32%, 3% is almost like the difference between the bid and the offer. So it did bounce a little bit, though, after hours, but this is really what it looks like during the regular hours. Not too good here. And so here's the thing. If you did, like I'm sure a lot of people did, just bought the stock reflexively because it was down so much, and then, oh my gosh, you definitely want to buy a stock that gaps down this much because it's going to rebound, then you're probably not too happy right now. And you shouldn't be. And the reason is because doing something, at least this is the way I look at it, and I could be wrong. Hey, maybe you're going to prove me wrong. Over time, when you're trading in anticipation of something, I think it's a great way to lose money. Any given time, you might nail it just right. But when you're trading in anticipation of a move, like, oh, the stock's gone down enough, I'm going to buy it now because I think it's going to go up, or I know it's going to go up, or something, stupid. First of all, you're not paid to think. You're definitely not paid to know. You're paid to react. And the quicker you react, the better. But make no mistake about it, it is a reaction that you're being paid for. In other words, like I'm looking at this stock and I would like to buy this stock, but I'm not going to buy it now. Not from the way this thing traded. What I'm going to be doing is waiting for some type of an indication that this selling has been overdone. I mean, it seems to me like it's been overdone, but I don't know for sure. So I'll wait. But this is kind of what I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see, and maybe we'll get this on Monday. We'll get one of these two things. I'm waiting to see if the stock gaps down here. I don't know if it'll go this low, but if the stock gaps down and then moves higher. If so, it'll be an open green box. It could actually gap up and move higher. What I don't think is going to happen is this. I don't think it's going to gap up and then continue selling. That's typically not what a stock like this does. So I'll go ahead and take this off here because I'm not that good of an artist. But the point is, this thing is traded like a crap load of shares today, like $5 billion worth of shares today. This is dollar volume here. $5 billion worth of shares has exchanged hands. That's a lot, particularly when the average dollar volume is like 740 million. So this was a big, huge flush. At some point, this is going to give us a great opportunity to get in. Like Supermicro is a heck of a company. And by the way, when they're in trouble, Dell is not. So you can look at the two of these as almost being traded like diametrically opposed. What's bad for Super is good for Dell. What's good for Super is probably, let's just say, not going to be so good for Dell because they compete in a lot of these things. So I want to look at this. I want to see if the stock holds 20. I want to see if it holds 20 on Monday. And if it does, then that's something that you really, really, really want to watch. I've done this 3 or 4 times recently. People that have bought my 59-minute trader course and actually took it instead of just letting it sit there in the, well, I'll get around to it later bin. People that have actually been using that strategy that I teach have been making a crap load of money in the live sessions that I've been doing. I taught one just on Micron's earnings, and we did really, really well here on this gap down and then a run up. I mean, made like 10 or 12 bucks per share on that. I think that we'll probably be able to do the same type of thing with Super Micro. I don't know if it's going to be Monday. It might be, but I can pretty much guarantee you it's going to be one day next week. I just know this. It ain't this day. This was all selling. Possibly that's the end. Possibly we drained it all out here at 2050, but we need to wait and see evidence of buyers, and then we react. And that's what it is. It's reaction. It's not prediction. Okay? This is not something that we do. All right. I will see you guys on Monday. Hope you all had a great week. Hopefully you survived Friday and you live to trade on Monday.